what I'd like to talk about now is exactly what I refer to as the alt season, because that's what you're talking about. Okay, so the first thing in cryptocurrency that moves, and it moves fast, is Bitcoin. Okay? The next ones that move are what you call blue chip alts. Okay? Then the next ones that go after that are the new market coins. And last again, BTC goes crazy again. That's usually the cycle that we have. Lots of money flows into Bitcoin, then that money flows out of Bitcoin into these blue chip alts, which are usually the top 20 to 50 coins, moves out of that into the new market coins, which are usually 50 to 150. People move in and look for the next one that's had the big move. Like the, now these ones here, they might go 10x. Happy days. These ones might do 100x. Right? Then they cash out there and they go back and do Bitcoin for security. And Bitcoin goes crazy again. And the whole cycle starts again. But in order for these really big companies to buy Bitcoin first, which they've started to do, there needs to be enough market capitalization there for them to liquidate those coins quickly. Right? 4 years ago, if you wanted to sell $100 million of Bitcoin in a day, it was next to impossible. Now you can sell $1 billion worth of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, in one day, one transaction. Remember that graph I said before? It would be as smooth as a baby's bum. It would not even blink if $1 billion got sold today. Because the market is so big up here that it can absorb large purchases and large sales, because it's $1 trillion business. $1 trillion is a million, millions. So if one person dumps $1 billion in, it's not a big deal. All right, so first the big companies get into here, then they move their money in. There's a lot of really big blue chip coins now that have in excess of $20 billion in them. Which means the big boys can play in this game now, and they can buy and sell large amounts of cryptocurrency. So a big company called Grayscale, they've got about 9 or 10 coins now in their trust structure that can absorb really big purchases. So the next evolution, which is happening in about a month and a half's time, is this stuff, new market coins. Because the big boys can't get involved with these because they're too little. They're only $100 million or $300 million. They're not big enough for them to dump $1 billion in. So they're never going to play in this market. The big boys can play here and a little bit here and not here. Who plays here?
Traders.
Traders and retail investors. We're the retail investors. So what we do is we come and learn about cryptocurrency, get confident, talk to people, understand it better, and we start doing our blue chips, we do our Bitcoin, and we look at this market here looking for the next hot coin. Because it's great to buy Bitcoin and it goes up by 20% in 6 months, or 50% in 6 months, or in this case, 200% this year. Close to 300% this year. That's great. And you've got the Ethereums and Cardanos and Litecoins and all these other coins, Chainlink. They've all moved up a lot more than Bitcoin this year. But the next evolution, the next flow is going to be these new market coins. And I've got a new market coin that I love. So, and of course, end of the year, whatever, you'll take your profits out of here and you'll roll it back into Bitcoin for your place of storage until you work out where you play again. You'll be looking at the market because you'll understand it more. So who likes that idea? You can see how this market's going to move? Where's the most danger? You're the most danger. You are the most dangerous part of this whole story. These guys are going to go nuts. This is going to be good. A lot of these are going to be good. A lot of risk in here, but you are going to be the danger point. The reason why you're the danger point in cryptocurrency is at a store the other day. I went and met a guy at a gym. And as a husband and wife, they go shopping. Okay, so they go to the supermarket. The wife goes into the supermarket. She buys a tin of sardines for $2. And the husband goes to the stockbroker and he sees a share for worth $2. So she buys a few tins of sardines and he buys a few shares for $2. The next week they go shopping again. She walks into the supermarket and goes, sardines are worth $4. I'm not buying any, they're too dear. And he goes, $4 a share, I want to buy some more. So he buys some more shares. Next week they go there and sardines are $1, so she fills up her basket on dollar sardine tins. He goes to his stockbroker and his $4 shares are now worth $1. And what's he say? Sell them! So you should have the wife's mentality about buying your sardines. You buy them on the day, you watch the market. If you think they're too dear, and no one's and there's a lot of people scared about the price going up, don't buy any. So you've got to do the opposite. If the market is buying, you should be selling. If the market is selling, you should be buying. Okay, so what's happened here with Bitcoin, especially lately, only about 5 weeks ago, 70% of the whole cryptocurrency industry was valued in Bitcoin. 70%. So at that point there, I can't remember the exact numbers. I think Bitcoin was about $65,000. Maybe $60,000 or 70%. So slowly, the amount of Bitcoin dominance, like the amount of Bitcoin in circulation compared to the market, has been dropping down. I think it's 48% of the market is now Bitcoin. So some people, right, have been selling their Bitcoin and moving over to these altcoins. Like I said, we have a flow happening. So someone is selling their Bitcoin, moving on to what do you think should happen to Bitcoin if a lot of people are selling? If it's like 20% of their market share in like 5 weeks, what should have happened to Bitcoin?
Price should have dropped.
Should have dropped. Should have. But why didn't it drop?
There's still more money coming in.
The big boys in town, the big investment bankers, the big hedge funds, the big corporations have to buy what? They have to buy Bitcoin and some of these very big blue chip coins. So as long as this percentage is dropping and these boys are forced into this big market, the price is still going to keep on going up. But what's happened to this market here, this alt market is dramatically bigger than it's ever been before. It's over $1 trillion itself now. Remember 6 months ago, we had an $800 billion industry. Now we've got nearly a $2 billion industry. Like it's really grown a lot. So these alts, they've gone up to 52%, and the percentage is rising, as in the value of that altcoins is going as well. So are these guys happy? They've been buying, losing market value, but the price is going up. Are they happy?
No, it's like
They own the asset, still going up in value. They're happy. Are these guys happy? The percentage movement is a lot more over here than here, so these guys are happy. And they're going to be looking for these new market coins. And that's where you guys come in, because most of the big players cannot jump into that third wave because they're too small, too speculative. So if you know where there's a good market, a good coin coming in the market that has got a solid use case, then they're the ones we should be grabbing and getting these type of returns. And it's proven time and time again. A lot of them are doing this. But you have to be cautious and make sure that the use case is solid and big. So you can see how the industry cycles. And when you get out of this, what are you going to buy?
Taxi.
You're going to go back over to Bitcoin.
Later.
It's a circle. And you'll just repeat the process. Who likes that idea? All right.